Howdy folks, surprise bonus video for you today. I'm in Elite Dangerous, although this isn't really about Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is just the background in which today's story is set, but, well, some context is probably going to be required. As I'm sure many long-time viewers of the channel will be aware, 2 years ago I lost my best friend Eddie to bowel cancer. Then a year later I got bowel cancer. Thankfully Eddie's example ensured that I got my bowel cancer diagnosed good and early, and my treatment was successful. I still get an annual checkup to ensure that, you know, it stays beat. But I mean, it's been a year and a half since the cancer surgery, and so far all is good. What does any of this have to do with Elite Dangerous? Absolutely almost nothing. I'm just going to get clear of the Jameson Memorial Starport, and then because it's been a long time since I've played, I can try to remember how to navigate with the galaxy map. So, what was the name of the system? HIP 75 something. I'm going to have to check Discord. There we go, 75937. This is 312 light years away from Jameson Memorial Starport and the Shinrata Desert system, where the Pilots Federation is located, so it's a fair old distance. Honestly, it's been so long since I played Elite Dangerous. I'm struggling to remember how everything works. I have logged in at least once in the last 2 years, and that was to visit the new supercarrier that the Salt Mine Squadron have managed to make, which was pretty impressive. So I logged in for a quick look at that. That was about a month ago. That is the last time that I actually played Elite in probably 2, maybe 3 years. Fortunately, I can remember how to use the galaxy map and how to plot hyperspace jumps. So the ship that I'm flying, the Mandalay, it's pretty good. It's one of the newer ships. I can't even remember when. I must have logged in more than once in the last 2 or 3 years, because somehow I have a Mandalay. So yeah, whatever. Anyway. Long enough ago that I can't remember when it was the last time I did. But the jump range on this thing is sufficient that I can travel that 300 plus light years in about 7 jumps. So we'll be there sooner rather than later. It ain't going to take too long. So you're probably wondering, and rightfully so, why exactly am I plotting a jump or a series of jumps to HIP 75937, and what the hell does this have to do with bowel cancer in general and my good friend Eddie in particular? And those are all fantastic questions. While we're heading to the destination system, let me give you a bit more context. So Eddie died like 2.5 years ago now. And as a regular guest on Mings with Jingles, a lot of you knew Eddie, or knew him as well as anybody can know somebody over the internet. And a lot of you took it, you know, pretty hard when he died, as did I, obviously. A lot of those people who took it hard when he died ended up in the Salt Mine Squadron here in Elite Dangerous, a group led by my former Salt Mine Discord manager, Grumper Salty, and they decided they wanted to do something to honour Eddie's memory. Sneaky transition there, which I'm sure nobody noticed, in order to cut out a lot of the unnecessary jumps and get us straight to the desired star system, which is absolutely huge. 75 orbital bodies in this system, HIP 75937. Let me just stabilise, make sure I'm not going to fly into the sun. And let's have a look at the system map, because there's a lot to see here. I'm not even sure at this point, because this is the first time I've visited this system, exactly where it is in this system that I am heading. But it is, well, there's at least 2 stars. I think there are actually 3. And the place that I'm looking for, I don't actually know where it is. I've never visited this system before. What you're seeing here is my first time. I don't even know which star it's orbiting. This is a triple system or a trinary system. And it turns out the place that I'm looking for is not around the star where the hyperspace exit point is. So there's going to be a fair old distance to travel. There it is. Before we get to Eddie's Rest. In recent patches in Elite, it's become possible for player organisations, squadrons, to lay claim to their own systems and build their own surface and orbital starports and space stations. When Grump Salty sent me a direct message over Discord to let me know exactly what had happened to you, he took great pains to ensure that the proper credit go to the proper person. Grumps was just the messenger. One of the senior officers in the Salt Mine Squadron here in Elite, who goes by the name of Senior Officer Ragnarok, he discovered this system. He provided the funds, delivered the materials, and he pushed the construction through to completion. Although it was a group effort by pretty much everybody in the Salt Mine Squadron here in Elite Dangerous. But it was all driven by Senior Officer Ragnarok. He's the one who's basically responsible. I've said it in the past, and it's as true now as it was when I first said it. Everybody in life should be lucky to have a friend like Eddie. A good friend will help you move. Eddie would have helped you move a body. And I'm not joking. That's just the kind of guy he was. And now, thanks to Senior Officer Ragnarok and the members of the Salt Mine Squadron here in Elite Dangerous, organised on the Salt Mine Discord, there is a... well, it's not permanent, obviously. It's as permanent as anything online can be. But for at least as long as the Elite servers are running, there will always be a place that will be forever Eddie among the stars of the Milky Way galaxy.
Permission granted. Please make your way to landing pad 38.
And I know Eddie would have loved this.
Automated approach engaged.
And as soon as I found out that they were doing this, before I even visited the system myself and saw this is one of the brand new space stations, by the way. It's the latest and greatest thing in the game. I called Eddie's parents and let them know. And I thought I could handle that phone call. But I hadn't actually spoken to them in quite some time. And as soon as Eddie's mother answered the phone and I heard her voice, I went to pieces. As I'm sure some of you probably are doing now. As I almost am myself as well. The station is not quite yet complete. I mean, it's built, it's operational, it works. But there's still a lot that's under construction. As we get to the main concourse, you'll see there's still scaffolding up everywhere. But it's here. And it's here thanks to the love and dedication and inspiration of the Salt Mine Discord, Elite Dangerous Squadron in general, and Senior Officer Ragnarok in particular. Eddie's Rest. I can't thank you guys enough for this. 2.5 years after his death, he's still moving people to acts of kindness. Because that's just who Eddie was and what he was like. So thank you, everybody who had a part in making this happen. And yeah, I think that's where I'm going to stop while I still can. Thank you, everyone. This really means a lot.